About to make some sausage gravy. I'm going to use Tennessee Pride mild sausage. You want to heat your skillet up, high heat or medium high heat. You want to get you a pound Tennessee Pride sausage. Now they make hot and sage also. They're both very good. I'm just going to use a regular old mild tonight. Put it all in there. The cool thing about Tennessee Pride is there's lots of fat in this sausage. Whereas a lot of other brands are very lean. So if you go to make gravy with it, you almost have to add some extra fat. Some people add butter. I don't like butter in my sausage gravy. So personally, I like to use bacon grease. And it's just almost tradition for me to use bacon grease in the sausage I make, sausage gravy. So I'm going to use 2 spoonfuls of bacon grease. Even though there's enough fat in there to not use it, I like that bacon flavor. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. And you can put it on medium heat. I like to cook it hot, quick. I don't walk away from what I'm cooking. I stand there and do the job and get it done. I'm going to put some salt in it now. Some people are like, don't salt it till you thicken it. Well, I'm going to put a little salt in it now. Put some pepper in it now. These are 2 things you never measure. I know some people get angry, but everybody's got a different palate. Salt and pepper, or at least salt anyhow. Some people like it less salty, some people like it more. 1 spoonful. 2 spoonfuls. That's not completely necessary, but it is for me because I like that flavor. I like the way the Tennessee Pride, it's easy to chop, and it's like it's almost made for making gravy because it just chops up so small. And it don't take a bunch of effort. And it has a lot of fat in it. All right. And some people remove the meat and they leave the grease and I flour it while the meat's still in there. It's just how I do it. Do it however you want. I make a little well in the middle. I flour that well first. See all that? I'd say about just a little over 1/4 of a cup. I get this flour all wet in that middle, in that well. Like that. Then I start working the meat around it. And then I get all them goodies on the bottom. You see that? And I like a white gravy. So I'm not going to overcook this. You could cook this and get that gravy good and caramelized and burnt, and you can make a brown gravy. That's not what I'm into. See that? I want a white gravy, so I'm going to see that when that milk gets in there, it's going to turn all that into deliciousness. Fucking awesome. And yeah, it's not good for you. You can make fat jokes all you want. I don't give a fuck. But it's good. Look at that. It's time to add our milk. Like I said though, if you want brown gravy, you let that cook for another 5 minutes. You want to add more milk than what you'll need. Or more milk than what it'll thicken to at first. You're going to cook it. When you're cooking it, it'll thicken up. I don't care if you add a gallon of milk to this. It'll thicken up if you cook it long enough. And you could always add more milk. Don't be scared of it. Milk ain't measured. If I had to say, I'd say that's probably 3 or 4 cups of milk. If not more. Some of y'all add onions and all that craziness. To me, that's sacrilege. But whatever. See? It's going to get thick. Now personally, you could get it thick, cut it off, and you could be done. But I like to get it thick twice. I think that sets that flavor in. So I'll get it thick, I'll add a little more milk, then I get it thick a second time, then I'll cut the heat off. That's how I like to do it. But you can do it however you want. I'm sure I'm sure you're good at it. I'm going to turn my heat down because it's too hot. I'm going to cool it down. A little more milk. There we go. As long as you don't walk away from it, you'll be all right. Baby! Will you give me a beer out of the fridge? Thank you. Look at that. You pop the top, there's an opener right there. Look at that. Now it's time for more salt and more pepper. I'm going to cut this heat down real low. I like that sage and that hot sausage also. It's good stuff. You should check it out. I really like the sage. It's my favorite. Kids like this more. This Himalayan pink fancy pants salt. Himalayan. Once you salt this, taste it. If it needs more, add more. I'm gonna taste it right now. It needs a little more salt. A little more. Fancy salt. See that sausage? Cuts up tiny. I like Bob Evans too. I like Jimmy Dean. I like them all. As long as the sausage don't taste gamey and weird. A lot of times these stores that have some sausage, they'll make it look like it's butchered and it tastes fucking funky, like it's had blood in it for far too long. That's the problem these days, is they don't bleed these animals out. They let them sit. That blood turns the meat into shit. I know it's gross me saying that, but that's what's wrong with this meat nowadays. It's not like it used to be. And that's it. If you like it thicker, cook it for 3 more minutes and it'll get thicker. If you like it super thick, like paste, cook it for 5 more minutes. But this will thicken up even more after I turn it off. As long as this, you see this steam leaving, it's going to get thicker. So even though the heat's off, it's still going to cook. I've been doing this long enough to know that that's going to get even thicker than what it is now. I just got to wait for my biscuits to get done cooking. That's my recipe. I hope you enjoy it. Like and subscribe.